everyone, welcome to of a Monster Extreme Silent Series 2.0 Season 3 on episode 20. For this episode 20 of the Monster Extreme, it's finally back in return, and now for this series is finally back up and we continue for a next season of 3, and now we continue the episode of the last part of the days of when I'm able to retire from my YouTube channel. So anyway, now this is a final retirement. So anyway, now let's get in town towards the field of trucks first before we head towards our event. First up for a Tom Ford Motorsports of a Tony Scott's Crazy family. It is your two-time champion of Mount Galloway and Justo Uncle Sam's from Mix 42. It represented the Kraken of the Damien Jones' local. It is Spin Monster Long Jam and Kraken Blue from Mix 34. And representing from this legendary of this truck from the past, it is part of Tom Ford Motorsports company. It is of your former two-time champion of a Monster Truck Wheels and Excalibur Mix 30, Mix 41. And representing from this driver, it is the competitor of the season, first returning driver back from the dead. It is of Dave Supreme 2 and Blacksmith 2005 Hollis Margin Mattel. And representing for a Team Drama Monster of a first ever Team Drama Monster first debut of a representing of a Shell Shock. It is Shell Shocker. It is of this competitor of Monster Truck is first competing in the Teenage Mutant total of a Hollis Monster Mattel. The weapons of Shell Shock for 18 Drama Monster for a new debut. And represented from this show in this competitor of the season, the Dino's Age. It is your former one-time champion, the rookie of the season. It is Robert Joy 165 in Jurassic Attack Purple from X31. And represented from this competitor of the season, your former one-time champion from before the live stream. It is Two Camp Plays and a Tom Ford Motorsports of in Walker Ram Monster Machine in a next Tom Ford Motorsports. It is of this competitor competing for a day one on a live stream. It is of Hawkeye Hollow Nation in Kazakati Monster Machines for Team Drama Monster and another a first team and another turn Drama Monster. It is of this competitor of the Turtles competitor from the other series. It under his channel of Matt Bonamac and Volkswagen Owens for ofTrucks Mix 31. And representing from your two-time champion of event States Leader of the points league weighing up of this season's champion of marching funds don't work, add up the scores and that other become a champion. Let's see find out. It is your two-time champion of marching firestorm and Falsa Water Blue from Mix 40 and representing from a last but not least for Tom Drama Monster. It is of our from Ventures and Vandana Monster Machines. And we're getting towards our next truck. It is of this competitor of the season. He's going to drive a rookie debut of this truck. It is your two-time champion of Mega Margin 978 in Keen Blaine Hollis Monster Mattel 2005. And representing from this competitor of the season, the rookie from day one, it is Margin RC in USA 1 Monster Machines. And representing from this competitor competing on day 1 or day 2 in the live stream, it is a Monster Truck Attitude and Bell from Monster Machines. And representing from this competitor of the season, compete of the season of this part of the series, it is Monster Truck Lava 239 and Carolina Crusher Monster Machines. And representing from this Hound of this Beast of a Ronnie McCorn is first ever return Back from the Dead and Lone Wolf Monster Machines. And represented from this hive, it is the spinning boy of the train. It is up E from the rest in peace of Ozzy Osbourne's of him passing away. So let's get our silent moments. There you go. And it's gonna be of Beast 101 and Beast 102 in Crazy Train Host Monster Motel. And represented from this show of E, this competitor of the season of E Monster Diecast in first appearing of this rookie in playing Crazy Custom. And represented from this show of this competitor, it is for the competitor competing of this next series of Chase Elf in Unnamed and Untamed Monster Machines. And representing the One Night Beast of A first competing of the season, it is Monster Crazy in Cyclops Monster Machines. And representing the outside, the western, the stranger, it is of your Beast 102's brother, Beast 101 in Outlaw Monster Machines of version 2 of the second release. And represented from the first ever driver two-time champion, first gonna be in the division truck in this first competitor of the season of his was so he's gonna be in the first division truck of Mama Solar's Monster Machines. And represented from whoever drove the papers and neighborhood houses of your this competitor of Two Can Places friend, it is Dolphin Master in Bandits Troubles Fast for 25th anniversary. And last but not least, it is this competitor is returning for last seasons. It is from earlier seasons from the main series. It is Monster Sparky and Van Dunham and Giant for House Monster Mattel. So let's get our race out started out then. And here we go. First race in round number 1 is going to be just Uncle Sam's from Mix 42. We'll take our web backstrap back in black. Before we do it, hold on. Before we start the event, I almost forgot to mention there was a marching finale in Backdraft Monster Machines and Monster Truck World in Backdraft Back in Black and the web tail of a swamp of your World's Finest Champion and you're also champion. It is Turbo in Tailgater Albino Monster Machines. And represented from your also champion and your former maybe one-time champion, it is Macho Venom 1 and Dorso Monster Machines. And representing your first ever time in history of the season, it is your World's Finest Champion of Joey and Easy, first competing in the other series in Blockhead Monster Machines. And representing from this toughest competitor from my Bottom Max channel, it is of Dan Panda in Vandalion. And representing from this competitor of this driver, the West Piece Scott Hossock of the Make It Tribute from the passed away driver Evil and the Wildfire truck has returned from the back from the dead. It is your former two-time champion second place spot. It is Zelda Monsters in Gunslinger 2004 Howard's Monster Motel. And representing last but not least, we have a Stone Age of this K-Man of your also champion of this competitor of the season in Modern Collector Racing in Stone Crusher Mix 23 Double Hacks. So let's get our race started. Alright, here we go. First, and this time, first race is going to be just Uncle Shams from Mix 42. We'll be taking a web of Black Drive back in black and on down. And towards the end, it's going to be Belfort Monster Machines. We'll be taking a web of Venta and Giant. So we're going to take our first race on round 1. But there's some bumps on the hill. You gotta watch out or else you might run out the course. Alright, this is our first height of the bump of the race. Here we go. Oh! first of just Uncle Sam's. I ain't even know the account, and it is gonna be just Uncle Sam's. And if you're making past these blue ones right here, it will count for the win. So it will be just Uncle Sam's for mix 42. Will be able to move on in the next race on E round 2. And here we go. First race on E round number 1 is gonna be Doors of Monster Machines. Will be taking a web of E Kraken Blue from mix 34. Here you go. It's gonna be Kraken Blue from mix 34. We're able to move on next race on E round 2. And this is a battle of a Team John Muscle. It is Walker when Monster Machines will be taking over his teammate of E Volkswagen Orange mix 41 mix 31 of the Double Check Series. This 18 John Monster battle. Here you go. Oh, it's gonna be Volkswagen Orange for mix 31 Double Check Series. We're able to move on in round 2. And here they go. First race on E round. Our next race on E round number 1 is gonna be playing Crazy Custom. We'll be taking a web of E Outlaw Monster Machines for version 2 for the second race. Here you go. And Outlaw Monster Machines is showing up this time. We're able to move on in the next race on E round 2. Our next race on E round number 1 is going to be Marmosaurus Monster Machines for its debut. We'll be taking a web of a One World Monster Machines, but this truck One World hasn't passed round 1 before. So could this truck be able to make it pass, or sadly will able to be the fun of it? Here you go. Oh, it's gonna be One World Monster Machines for a tumble low further, so able to move on next race on E round 2. And here we go. First race on E round number 1 is gonna be USA 1 Monster Machines. We'll be taking away top 4 most first of E as Cowboy mix 41. Here you go. It is gonna be as Cowboy mix 41. We're able to move on next race on E round 2. Here we go. First race, our next race on E round number 1. It's gonna be Stone Crusher mix 22 double stacks. We'll be taking away of E Team John Monster of E Coast Cutting Monster Machines. Here you go. It's gonna be Stone Crusher of a mix 32 double stacks. We're able to move on next race on E round 2. Here you go. Next race on E round number 1 is gonna be Counter Custom Monster Machines. We'll be taking a web of E Vandana Monster Machines. Here you go. It's gonna be Vandana Monster Machines for Team John Monster. We'll move on next race on E round 2. Here you go. Next race on E round number 1 is gonna be Broadcast Monster Machines. We'll be taking away Rest in Peace Hot Song of a tribute of him and the new owner for a truck for a return for a Truckville Gunslinger for a House Monster Mattel 2004. Here you go. It's gonna be Gunslinger 2004 House Monster Mattel was pink hot sauce for a new owner for a battle light truck for a return with Moran in next race on the round 2. And here you go. Next race in round 1 is gonna be Apple last of first to last of E Team John Monster versus what the Blue from mix 40. We'll be taking out with of the backdraft of the Monster Machines. Here you go. It's gonna be Volkswagen Blue from mix 40. We're able to move on next race on E round 2. And next race on E round, our first to last race on the Team John Monster and the truck event of E Cycle Monster Machines. We'll be taking on it just to check purple of E mix 31 of the Team John Monster for a first to last of the truck for the team. Here you go. It's gonna be Jurassic Attack of E mix 31. We're able to move on next race on E round 2. And next up, next race number 1 is gonna be of E Tailgater Albino Monster Machines. Will be taking out with of the Rest in Peace to E Ozzy Osbourne of this theme of his songs. rest in peace on him, and wish we remember his past life, and wish we would never forget of his life. So it is Crazy Train of the host was Mattel. Here you go. It is of Crazy Train host was Mattel, able to move on next phase in round 2. And for our last team drawn muscle of a weapons of Shell Shockle, it is of E Teenage Mutant Total host was Mattel. We'll be taking with of E Vandalion of the Monster Machines. Here you go. It is gonna be Teenage Mutant Total of the host was Mattel of E weapons of E Cell Shark for Team Draw Muscle of the Trigger More in the next phase on E round 2. And next phase on E round number 1 is gonna be Unlimited Team Monster Machines. We'll be taking away first the very truck of the rookie. It is King Blaine. Here you go. It's gonna be first rookie of the truck of first win. It will go to of King Blaine Monster Machines where it will move on next race on E round 2. And here we go. First race on E round number 1 and first to last race number 1 is gonna be up E Blacksmith of E host was Mattel is back from the dead of this truck to debut for the return. Will be taking out of Bandia's Travelers Fast 25th anniversary mix 39. Here you go. And it's gonna be close. Let's see how far it is. Or just barely. It would go to E Blacksmith of the first returning truck win of E host was Mattel Melbase were able more next race on E round 2. And here we go. Last race in round number 1 is gonna be Battle for Monster Machines. We'll be taking away Virginia Giant of E host was Mattel. Here you go. Oh, it's gonna be Virginia Giant host was Mattel and it will move on next race on E round 2. And here we are, first race on E round number 2 is gonna be just Uncle Sam of E Mix 42. Taking out his teammate of Top 4 Motorsports, his host Chris, his family was father son of the Kraken Blue for Mix 34 and more down. And towards the end, it's going to be of E Blacksmith of E host was Mattel. Return truck will be taken away of E Virginia Giant host was Mattel. We're going to take out first race on E round 2. And this is our first race on the round number 2 of a Final Sun battle. Here you go. It's gonna be just Uncle Sam's Mix 42. We're able to move on next race on E. Next race on round 3. And first race on E. Round number 2 is gonna be a Volkswagen Orange from Mix 31 that was first release. We'll be taking away our Monster Machines version 2 second release. Here you go. It's gonna be Volkswagen Orange from Mix 31 that was first released for Team Drama, so we're able to move on next race on E round number 3. And here we go. For our next race number 2 is gonna be One World Monster Machines. We'll be taking a web of a Excalibur Mix 41. Here you go. It's gonna be Excalibur Mix 41 of a singles packs. We're able to move on next race in round 3. Next race on E round number 1 and next race number 2 is gonna be Stone Crusher Mix 32 double sex release. We'll be taking a web of a team draw muscle of a Vendetta Monster Machines. Here you go. Oh, what a block of Stone Crusher Mix 22 double sex release. We're able to move on next race in the round 2. In round 3. Here we go. Next race on E. Round number of the next race on E. Round number 2 is going to be Gunslinger of the 2004 host was Mattel of the West in Peace car house and new owner of the return truck. We'll be taking over the team draw most of the first horse of blue for Mix 41. Here you go. Oh! Gunslinger of E. House Marshall Mattel Melbase 2004 West Peace car hot sauce we're able to move on next race on E, round number 2 and round number 3. Next race on E, our next race on E, round number 2 is going to be Jurassic Attack Purple from Team John Marshall of E Mix 31. We'll be taking a whiff of the Rest in Peace Harvey Osborne of the Demon the Truck of passing away of the single Rest in Peace on him of Crazy Train Harvey Hollis Marshall Mattel. Here you go. It is going to be Crazy Train Hollis Marshall Mattel. We're able to move on next race in the round 3. And here we go. First last race number 2 is going to be of the weapons of E.T. John Marshall of E Shell Shocked of E Tears of Total Hollis Marshall Mattel. Will be taking away of the first working of the truck debut of King Bream Monster of E Hollis Marshall Mattel. Here you go. Oh, when of course there. It goes to King Bream of the first debuting truck Hollis Marshall Mattel. We're able to move on in round 3. And here they go. First race on E, round number 2 is going to be last race number 2 is going to be Blacksmith of E Hollis Marshall Mattel. Mel Base of E returning truck will be taking a whiff of E Virginia Giant of E Hollis Marshall Mattel. Here you go. It is going to be Virginia Giant Hollis Marshall Mattel. We're able to move on in the next race on E, round 3. Here we go, guys. There's our next race on E, round number 3. It's going to be of E. Just so Uncle Sam's from Mix 42 will be taking a whiff of the Team John Marshall Versato. Orange from Mix 31. That was Hexel Reason more on down. And towards the end, it's going to be King Bream of the first debuting rookie of the truck of the Hollis Marshall Mattel. Mel Base will be taking a whiff of the Virginia Giant of E Hollis Marshall Mattel. We're going to take our first race on E, round 3. And here are our first race in round 3. Oh! Ooh, 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 ooh. And going sideways. Straight in view. I know it's slightly unfair, but it goes to about a wheel of a wheel tile. It goes to of E Volkswagen Orange of the Mix 31 Dos Hexalis. While wheel tile will make the win. We'll move on E semifinals. And here we go, guys. Our first race on E, next race on E, round number 3 is going to be of E Excalibur of a Mix 41 of a Tom Ford Motorsport for a last hope for the team's Coast family. Will be taking on left of the Stone Coaster Mix 22 Dos Hexalis. Here you go. Oh, it's going to be close, but it wasn't enough. And it goes to Stone Crusher Mix 22 Dos Hexalis. We're able to make the win. One more next race on E semifinals. It's between of the battle of the legendary of E Signal for the theme song and the legendary of the truck driver of the passed away. Two passed away people of the Signal and the monster driver. Rest in peace on them and make this truck of E bring back from the dead of E return new owner for compete of the other events. And rest in peace Ozzy Osbourne of E theme song for Crazy Train of this Hollis Marshall Mattel. And this is the battle of the both passed away people of the legendary of E driver and E signal. Here you go. It's going to be of Gunslinger of E 2004 Hollis Marshall Mattel. Melbase were able to move on in the next race in semifinals. And here you go. Our first race on E. Last race on number 3 is going to be King Bream of the Hollis Marshall Mattel first rookie debut. We'll be taking away Virginia Giant of E Hollis Marshall Mattel. Here you go. Oh, first rookie of E debut lose. It goes to Virginia Giant Hollis Marshall Mattel. could this truck of a make a second time champ for last season? Oh wait, let's say some names from the drivers. And first up of a Team John Muscle of a truck event of your first ever driver to ever compete in the semifinals, and for last season is Matt Bonamac and Volkswagen Owens for mixed 31 those Elise for a last hope for Team John Muscle. And representing for the Stone Age of this K-Man hunt, it is of this driver of this competitor of the season of your awesome champion, Monster Collector Racing, in Stone Crusher of a mixed 2 double Elise. And representing for Rest in Peace Scott Hossug for a passed away driver, a new owner of a return truck for back to life for a event. It is of this truck, of this driver. It is the legendary in this legendary truck of it is of your 210 champion of Zelda Monsters in a Gunslinger House Monster Motel 2004. And last but not least, for a truck event is the beast of the huge Dynamic. It is the competitor of the season return of this series of a Margin Sparky in the Giant House Monster Motel. We're going to take our first race on E semifinals. And here we go. First race on E semifinals. It's going to be up E. Volkswagen Orange for mixed 31 double Elise. We'll be taking a left of a Stone Crusher mixed 22 double Elise for the 2 double hex battle. And move on down. And towards the end, it's going to be the legendary driver of E passed away for a new owner for E competing for a return of this one events of Gunslinger 2004 House Monster Motel. Will be taking on left of a Virginia Giant of E House Monster Motel. We're going to take our first race on E semifinals before we move on to the championship round. And here we go. Our first race in the semifinals. It's gonna be, oh, it's so close. Let's take a straight A view and see how close it was. I think it's Volkswagen the blue made the farthest. All about we have a flat tire. It goes to Volkswagen orange for mixed 21 those Elise were able to make in the championship round. And who is gonna be joining of this Team John Monster Last Hope? It is of a Matt Bonamac in Volkswagen Orange for mixed 31 those Elise. Is it gonna be of this driver of first companion of the season will make ever first of the return of a championship round of a Martin Sparky in Vandana of Virginia Giant of a House Monster Motel? Or is it gonna be your rest in peace of this driver from the passed away driver from the new owner for the truck return for E in the event? It is of a 210 champion of E Zelda Monsters in Gunslinger 2004 Hours Monster Motel. And who's going to join him in the final round? Let's see and find out. Oh, it's going to be the legendary passed away driver. We're able to move on in the championship round. And winning upset to from the last season champion of Virginia Giant Harvey House was Mattel with first ever was winning upset. And here we go. Are you ready to meet your final competitors? First up, representing for a toughest of E competitor from E YouTube channels. It is of the show for Team John Monster of Matt Bonamac in Volkswagen Orange for mixed 31 double Elise. It will be taking out web of a legendary of a passed away driver of a new owner for the truck return from in the white shows event. It is your 210 champion of E Zelda Monsters in E Zelda Monsters in Gunslinger 2004 House Monster Motel. And this is the battle of these trucks. Who will become your one-time champion for a return champ? And who's going to become taking over from March and Firestorms for the lead? So we're gonna see if find out who's gonna win of this. Whoever wins of this different series will count to able to take over for Martin Firestorm's place, or Matt Bonamag will become your one-time champion, will still remain of this leaderboard. So let's see find out who wins. And this will count for official ways. You only get one last chance to able to win. So let's see and find out. Oh, it will still remain the same, and it goes to you have a first returning champion from last season. It is Matt Bonamag and Volkswagen Owens for Mixed 21 Double Tracks a week for this your first time ever win of the Sun Series for your return champ. I am apologizing to of Zelda Monsters, of Gunslinger for Cheers to Fall, of Host Monster Mattel for a tribute for a passed away yesterday driver. I am apologizing to you, man. You were so close to able to win. You're about to become your 3-time champion, but except for you lost. Hopefully you of the main series of this series, you will get not a chance to win to me taking it over. Better luck next time. So wow, one last time to give it up for of Matt Bonamag, your first time champion return, in Volkswagen Orange for Mixed 31 Double Tracks a week. But Martin Firestorm is still your leader of this season, or Van Saints leader from the main series to the return series of this episode. So this will conclude of today's of Monster Truck Extreme 2.0 of Season 3 of Episode 20. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. This is Aaron 310 Mall Jam signing out.